How do you actually go about structuring your week to get everything done that you need to?
A couple of key things that I found. One is that you know how at different times of the day you've got different energy.
Hmm.
When would you say you have the greatest amount of energy?
Morning.
Right. Most humans have the greatest amount of energy in the morning. And then once they eat, you ever notice once you eat, what happens?
You end up going comatose.
Yeah, you do. Right. And so that comatose, and most people, they start thinking about lunch about 11 o'clock. And,
Hmm.
and so once they eat, it almost marks the end of their day, the end of their
Hmm.
effectiveness. So I'm the same way. So what I wanted to do is as soon as possible, get after it. And also keep in mind that other people, if you're contacting other people also, like in what I do, has a lot of contacting people having conversations. So what I want to do is catch them. Well, let me ask you, you want to catch them when they're comatose or they're alert?
Very alert.
Yeah, you want to catch them when they're alert. So when you're alert and they're alert, whatever time that is the time I want to be making the greatest number of contacts. And for me, I found it was between 8:30 in the morning and 1:30 in the afternoon. And so what I would do is at 8:30, I'm on it. And I'm really, it's like a game. I'm bing, bing, bing. I'm seeing how many connections I can make in this. It's a sprint. It's a sprint. I'll sprint for a little less than an hour, and then I'll take a breather and maybe you know, grab something, a little snack, little is the key, right? The tiny, that not going to drag me down. It's going to lift me up. And so I do that for 5 hours. And then all of us go into a sort of uh, a trough that in middle afternoon after you eat, you're tired, you're all these things, and it's just you know how it is. You're just draggy. You're not
Hmm.
mentally very quick, and so during that time, uh, if so, for me, 1:30 is my cutoff time from sprinting, and then I'll have something to eat. I have something to eat. I'll exercise. You want to move. You want to rest or move. Either fall in a heap and take a little nap, or I'll exercise. I want to get oxygenated, and my brain needs stuff to then also do better later. So it's either sleeping, it's either resting. You don't have to sleep. It's either resting or oxygenating, and I'll combine. Have some food too at that time. So when most people are thinking about going to lunch at 11 and maybe they're going at noon and they're doing whatever they're doing and they're filling themselves up with whatever it is that's going to bog them down. I don't do that. I want to work until about 1:30 because I need 5 hours to get most of everything that I need done in a day. You can do in 5 hours, or you can do in 4 hours. In 3.2 hours actually, because most people can do a whole day's work in 40% of the day. They just drag it out all day because that's what was expected, or you have to be on the phone to answer calls, or whatever the case is. But if you control your day, if you have freedom, right? There's the freedom challenge. So if you have freedom, you go, okay, I know that in about 3.2 hours, I can get most of what everybody else does in 8. And that's exactly true. If you get on it, use your chemistry effectively. You play your cards right when you've got the energy, they've got energy. It just goes. I mean, it's one of those synergistic things, right?
Hmm.
It's not one. It's 1 plus 1 is 11. These two together, the sum is greater than the two parts, right? It's a fantastic combination rather than no combination whatsoever. Yeah, yeah, that's how I found it. I'm excited talking about it because I've experienced that it works,
Hmm.
and it really works. So if we're just a little more intentional, right? If we're intentional about this stuff, and you go, all right, I'm gonna hop on it. I'm gonna get ready. The gun. It's my own gun, right? I get to control it. If it's a freedom challenge, that means I get to control it. And if I'm controlling it, I'm playing the game differently than if my employer is saying, well, check in here, your coffee breaks at this time, you want to
Hmm.
lollygag around and no, I don't want to do that. I want to hop to it and run through the sprint, take a little rest, sprint, for 5 hours, and then take a
Hmm.
little, eat, oxygenate, rest, whatever I need to get ready to do a little bit more in the afternoon. And then I'm off doing other things. Also, things pop up. You ever have unexpected things come up?
Oh yeah,
All the time, right?
frequently.
And so, yeah. And so what I want to do is I'm gonna get everything done by 1:30 so that the unexpected can happen, and I don't go, oh, I didn't get it done today. No, I did. I got it done. And so if I know also I'm sprinting to 1:30, then I can, I can have, I can. It's like my mind is a little more at ease. I've done my work. It's done. So now, things can happen, and or people can drop by, or phone calls can, different things. And I'll also schedule, like in that. I typically don't do meetings in that sprint time. That's sprint time. Meetings, you know, I can do those later in the afternoon, and when I come back and after my work is done. I do meetings after my work is done. Meetings aren't work. That's other stuff. Meetings are not work, right? Hey,
Mhm.
ask anybody. You get any work done in a meeting? No, not usually. It's like everybody in the meeting is a waste of time. And so I want to get everything done. So my meetings typically, you'll see my schedule. Ask anybody. My meetings are at 1:30 or 3:30, and that's how it works.
Mhm.
I'd say do the most important things first. That doesn't necessarily mean they're hardest. Sometimes they're really simple. Some of the you want to do what matters most, so that if an emergency happens, well, you probably got the most important things done, or somebody calls, there's an interruption. It's not the hardest thing. You want to get the most important things. What matters most is what you want to get done first. That's why my first 5 hours, I'm making all these connections. And if I don't have the meeting at 1:30, fine. I mean, everybody knows you can do a meeting tomorrow. It's not a meeting like the house is burning down. It's a meeting about, what meetings are like.
Mhm.
It's about stuff that may or may not matter. You know, so you want to get the important stuff done. What matters most, get that done. It's not the hardest thing.